There's a central analogy that I like to use, and it's this idea that nobody refutes that sex can exist without love. But then there's less understanding that the opposite of that is true, that romantic love can exist without sex.
Does not need to come. Wait, can I take a picture? Hey, no!
You have to be quick about it, Alana.
Alright, you can take a picture. Spelling is hard. You're an English major, Alana. You handed me the stencil! Fine, I'll be super careful. I won't make any more spelling mistakes.
So how long have you been guys going to the meetings?
Last quarter? Yeah, I started going, I think, to the first meeting, and I've only missed like 1 or 2. I have scissors for you.
I always thought I was normal. And then people started talking about these things and talking about wanting to do things, and I was like, okay, I don't get that.
It's worth noting, I'd never even heard the term asexual till probably my second or so year in undergrad, maybe third. And then it was kind of one of those moments where it clicked, and I mean, this is a story that I think gets told a lot by a lot of asexuals, but they hear the term and they think, oh, that describes me.
In my high school psych class, my teacher did a really good job at covering the spectrum. Well, as much as the spectrum as you can cover in a high school class. It's a big spectrum. So we covered most of the umbrella terms, and when we hit asexual, it was like, huh, that makes sense. That sounds like me.
Many people whom I have spoken to, before I introduce the idea of asexuality to them, I sort of warm them up to it, and I ask, like, what do you think the A in LGBTQIA stands for? And overwhelmingly the answer is, oh, ally. Like, not quite.
I've had to explain it to so many people. And it's not something where you could just be like, hey, I'm a lesbian. Because people tend to understand anything that's LGBTQ better than asexuality just because they've never heard about it before.
I think with all minority orientations, it's dismissed at first, and then as it gains momentum and as time passes, it becomes more part of what is.
I would say a lot of people know the term asexuality, but maybe not necessarily exactly what it means. And that would be based off of people's reactions, usually.
They told me that I was just trying to get over an ex-boyfriend, that it's a tough time right now for you.
Like, oh, well, it just means, you haven't gotten to that right person, or, oh, you just need to get older or whatever, and you'll get there someday.
I brought it up to my brother, and he didn't know what it was, but he was like, well, you're okay, I mean, it's completely perfect, and he researched it a bit so he could understand what it is. My best friend, she was like very sexual, so she's religious and all of that stuff, so I told her, and she didn't feel like it could ever be possible. Meh. So like it took her like a couple weeks, and then she came back to me and she was like, what were you talking about with this? Like, I want to learn more and stuff. So
the lack of awareness is not the fault particularly of any one institution, it's just that it's a new thing and it's something people don't think a lot about.
People tend to not really educate themselves about something that's not like themselves or deemed important to themselves.
So Claire, are you excited about today?
I'm super stoked. I am so excited. I've been planning this for weeks. I've been thinking about it since last year. I can't wait. I hope it goes super well.
Okay, awesome. You, any thoughts?
I'm really excited to see how the day turns out.
Okay.
The center's been really helpful and put this together for us really.
We helped.
We did a lot.
We helped.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and start with the Asexuality 101. So my name is Claire Rapp. I'm a second-year environmental policy analysis and planning major, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers, and I am a hetero-romantic asexual. To create a center within the resource center that is specifically catering to that is very helpful, and I think it can help draw people who otherwise wouldn't know where to go.
Well, for me, I didn't know what it is, and I just kind of felt like an outsider. Like, I didn't really know what other people were talking about or if anyone felt the way that I did. So it's nice to have people you can talk to about those things, especially since a lot of people don't know what asexuality is. Because I know we bring up things like, oh, this is happening, how should I, get around this, how should I deal with this, and then everyone helps them with that.
So, and I hadn't found anyone else until coming to college, and it was nice to kind of find a group of people that shared the same experiences that I do.
Well, I think with any social identity, whether it be an ethnic social identity, a class social identity, sexual orientation, gender identity, it's important for other people to know so that they can understand.